got challenged by Malcolm over at May to December to take part in the British tag that's going on YouTube at the moment, where kind of like with the ice bucket challenge and that, people nominate each other to answer 12 questions, kind of to establish their Britishness, if you will. I'll put the questions in the description of this video, but I was thinking about it. I was looking at the questions and I was like, actually a lot of that stuff I can easily answer. So anyway, I got nominated, so this is my video. So the first question was, how many cups of tea do you have in a day and how many sugars? That tends to depend on me, like one, if I'm up in the morning, and generally what's going on in the day. I try to have one when I get up. I certainly have one when I start my movie, start watching my movie at night. And usually I try to make sure I have one before bed, because tea helps me to sleep. So, but the thing is I either have a cup of tea in this, which is like 2 cups of tea's worth, or this, which is about 1.5 cups. So, sugars in this I tend to have about 3. Sugars in this I have about 2. If I'm having a normal cup of tea, I'll just have 1.5 sugars. I keep bouncing around. Like at one point I was having none, and then I went up to 1, and then that wasn't enough. But 2 is too much. So I don't like tea very sweet, but I love it like a golden browny colour. I don't like too much milk in it, but just enough to give it that kind of lighter look. But I do love my tea. I don't like coffee, so tea is my hot drink of choice. Oh, favourite part of roast. Can I just say the whole thing, please? Just, oh, I love roast dinners. Unfortunately, I struggle to, because of my health and that, it's not something that I kind of cook for myself regularly. I do try every now and then to try and get into a regular routine of always having it on a Sunday. But I love going out for it and stuff like that, and growing up we always had Sunday roast. So, favourite part, oh, just, I don't like turkey breast, it's too dry. I don't like gravy. So, turkey breast is far too dry for me. I like turkey leg though. The kind of, you know, like the Burn and Matthews kind of joints you can get. I tend to get those because they're smaller and, you know, not too much. I love the meat, but I love, oh my god, I love parsnips. I love the Yorkshire puds. And if they just right, if they're done just right, roast potatoes could easily be my favourite part. I think I would have to say stuffing. I love stuffing. I can eat tons of stuffing. I love the Paxo stuff that you can make up, but I have tasted different ones made by other people and stuff. So I tend to enjoy, I could eat loads of stuffing and Yorkshire puds. But like I say, roast potatoes, they're so finicky. Sometimes people do them wrong and they just taste awful or dry or whatever. But so I tend to find that stuffing is less easy to mess up. Favourite Dunkin' biscuit? Maryland cookies. Generally cookies, I guess. I would normally say McVitie's digestives, chocolate digestives, because oh my god, they're gorgeous, except for when they break off in the tea when you hold it just too long. But there's something about Maryland cookies. I don't know what it is when you dunk them. I guess it's the chocolate melting and the actual biscuit part. But they're just gorgeous. And talking about them now is making me want to go eat some. Favourite quintessential British pastime? That's a difficult one. I guess other than like watching people debate how to have your scone, whether it's whether it's Devon or Cornwall style, because I don't care because I don't like cream. So watching people debate which goes on first is, I think I prefer the Cornish version more than the Devonshire version. But you know what I love? Like I've said this time and time again, I love being British. I wish England had the patriotism that, say, America have. But come sports time, you know, be it Wimbledon, be it cricket, particularly football, all the British flags out, all the singing, the pure kind of community you feel when England play at anything is amazing, and it makes you feel very proud to be English, even though we kind of suck at it and then we're out like first round of everything. That would be, I know that's not really a pastime, but that's my kind of favourite quintessential thing. I can't really think of anything. I guess just I guess the other thing sounds really silly, but the Queen's speech at Christmas, again, that's not really a pastime. I guess that's more just a staple in, but I love how much people put that as a tradition, you know. I don't watch it, but I love how much that kind of, again, kind of brings people together. I can't think of anything as a day-to-day thing. But they're the kind of things that make me feel very British and proud. Favourite word? It's a tough one. I love the English language. I studied, after doing my GCSEs, I went on to study A-level English. And to this day, because I write poems and stories and stuff, I just love language and learning new words and stuff. I did love the suggestion by Gareth Archer of bollocks, and Malcolm's C word. I don't really like the C word, so I think my favourite swear, if I'm gonna, I do like bollocks. That is such one of those words that just rolls off the tongue. I love, I think my favourite English swear word would be wanker. That is just brilliant. Even just the hand gesture that goes along with it. It's just, even better is hearing it in Buffy when Spike says it, because it's not a swear word in America. It's just one of those words that feels so, if we're going to use that word, quintessentially English. And I love those, you know, just even just hearing some people shout it out sometimes. But if I'm not going for a swear, I guess, you know what, this sounds like really weird, but I love the word eucalyptus. Now that sounds really bizarre. I love the word bizarre as well. But eucalyptus is something very soothing about it. It kind of feels as soothing as it's actually supposed to be. I just the way it feels very eucalyptus, you know, it's that kind of, you can hush it kind of thing. I don't have a favourite particular word, but that's one of those words that stands out that just makes me feel quite relaxed when people say it. There's not much else I can think of with that, so sorry. Uh, Cockney rhyming slang. Okay, so I'm originally from just south of London, so we'd hear this all the time. It's not one of those things that's used as commonly as it used to be, but a lot of people still use it. For those who don't know, it's slang that was used in central London. I think it came about before the Second World War when people were trying to talk code and stuff like that. I could be wrong, so please don't correct me because it's easy to look up. But I'm just thinking off the top of my head. But it's very easy to learn. It's very easy to translate. I love it when you get people stood there going, "What? What?" And it's so easy to because the last, if it's several words, the last word always rhymes with the word that's meant. Say like trouble and strife is wife. That's one of my favourites. Adam and Eve is believe. Would you Adam and Eve it? Sometimes they're cut down. Sometimes they're like people will say the short version, and you have to try and kind of figure it out. You know, it's like apple and pears is stairs, but somebody will, you know, somebody will say, I can't think of an example. But some of my other favourite ones, Gypsy's Kiss is piss. I do love the fact that Alan Wicker's is knickers, because Alan Wicker was this big name kind of travel guy on TV, and the fact that knickers is the for those who don't know, knickers are panties basically. What are my other favourite ones? Hampton Wick is prick. I think really Adam and Eve as believe is my favourite one. I just love how simple that is. And trouble and strife is a good one. But they would be my favourites, I think. Oh, and Khyber Pass, of course. Being arse. That's a good one. But Malcolm said that, so I'm not allowed to say it. So I just thought I'd say that I do like that one. Although some people do say bottle and glass for arse, so there are many variations sometimes. Favourite sweet? I don't eat sweets as much as I used to. I think my two favourites though would have to be Caramac, which I swear they do not do in big enough packs. It's like a block of chocolate, but it's like caramelized, like caramel flavoured. I don't even know what it is. Particularly, I don't know what it's classed as, but it's a caramel flavoured bar of like chocolate kind of thing. But, oh my god, that is so gorgeous. It's made by Nestle, and it is just, honestly, they do them in these little bars. They do not do bigger bars, and they should. You can get huge bars of dairy milk. I want a huge bar of Caramac because it gets sickly if you eat too much, but I could easily sit there. I would happily be sick just to eat loads of Caramac. And the other thing I love, Whisper. Chocolate Whisper I love as well. I'm glad they brought that back because it disappeared for a while. But my other favourite sweet that seems to have disappeared, I don't think they do anymore. They used to do this thing called Mintola. And then more recently these sweets called Munchies, which are little blocks of chocolate with a little bit of biscuit in and a little bit of caramel. They came out, and then they did their own version of Mintola, which was dark chocolate squares with creamy mint flavoured stuff in the middle. They were gorgeous. I loved them. And they don't do them anymore. They still do Munchies, but I cannot find any of the mint munchies anywhere, so I'm gutted. So that they would have to be my three favourite sweets. What would your pub be called? I don't often go to the pub. I normally only go to a pub when, like, for a meal or something, because I don't actually drink. So, I guess if I had a pub, I wouldn't call it one of, like, the classic English names. I mean, I do like Fox and Hound, but I really get bored of the same old names, so I would try to come up with something completely different. I guess I would put my geeky sci-fi side into it. I'd have like the Outer Limits or something like that. Or I would love to steal the Roswell one, the Little Inn, but it was like Little Alien. But I do like the Little Ale Inn. I do like that one, definitely. I would probably call it that if I had a pub. I would ask for rights to name it that and just go ahead. Or something, I'm trying to think of something. It's very difficult because it's not something I would normally think of. But I love when you go down like the road or something and you'll see this pub that you haven't seen before, and it'll have this very random name, and it's like, I want to go in there because they thought about that. But yeah, no, I can't really think of an answer. Like I say, I think I'd call it the Outer Limits Inn or something like that. No.1 British person. If I'm talking not famous, sounds so awful. I would say my great friend and carer, Donna, because she keeps me sane. Well, I mean, I'm insane anyway. But she does so much for me, and she means a lot to me, and it's nice that we've got to, go to conventions and stuff like that, and now she helps me out with stuff, and keeps me kind of functioning. I could go on, I could rave on about how awesome she is, and I'm so grateful for her friendship. She would be my favourite non-famous person. Famous person would have to be... See, everybody wants me to say like a historic figure. Or some important... I mean, you think of the people like... the guy who invented the World Wide Web, and we've had so many inventors and great people in that, but I would have to probably say the internet guy, because, where would we be now without the internet? I wouldn't be doing this video. You know what? I know his name, and now I'm sat here in front of the camera, and now my mind's gone blank. I think favourite celebrities would have to be... Sounds so weird. Patrick Stewart, who has done so much for geekdom and theatre, and generally him and Sir Ian McKellen, just what they've done for kind of equal rights and stuff like that. And the other person is Brian Blessed, because, oh my god, that man is totally insane. But I was watching an interview with him, and he had a troubled past and stuff like that. And, it's really weird to see him being so serious. But there was so much of stuff like he was talking about that I kind of identified with. Not that I had the same, but it struck a chord with me. So... it's nice to see somebody with that kind of background and trouble and stuff being so out there, having met him at conventions and that. He's so lovely and so much fun. So I guess those two would be my favourite celebrities. That's one of those weird things that you're kind of drawing blanks on. It's people that you appreciate that you wouldn't necessarily think of. But as like a TV and movie fan, I see these people like Helen Mirren and part of me would like to say Princess Diana is my favourite British person, because she did so much for charity, she did so much for the public and that, and it was so devastating when she passed and stuff. So I'm really babbling over all my answers. I'm giving I should be only giving one, shouldn't I? But it's difficult because so many people have contributed so much that it's difficult to kind of, each one gives their own little... It's like I say with my pets, I can't just say, oh, I'll only have one, because then the other does something different for me kind of thing, emotionally or stuff. So, and I think that's the point with people, is that so many different inputs have different parts of your life kind of thing. But yeah, no, sorry. I'm rambling on again, as usual. Okay, favourite shop or restaurant? And is that and restaurant or restaurant? Because shop is different to a restaurant, obviously. Favourite shop would be Forbidden Planet, without question. Because, oh my god, I could go in there, and if I won the lottery, I would just buy everything in there. We've been there. There's one in Southampton, which is like just under an hour away from me. And me and friends went in there, and we thought, oh, we'd go in, have a quick look and be out within like 10-15 minutes. An hour later, we finally emerged, having like spent quite a bit and only bought essentially 2 items. So that was so much fun, and that's not even the biggest Forbidden Planet there is in Southampton. So I dread to think where how long it would take us in the larger shops. Restaurant wise, I grew up going to like Harvester. Now I'm here. We've got this thing called Hungry Horse, which is a really nice kind of because they have a bar. It's like pub food. I guess I'm not a restaurant person, but I do like my pub food. I'm not a fan of like Chinese and takeaway stuff. So I'm not really one for those kind of places. But pub food, you get such a decent, like, regular kind of... I'm really boring that way. The other place I've discovered is really nice is a place called Chalk Hill Blue, which does gorgeous food. It's mainly chicken, but the portions you get are so big and so filling. It's insane. So, yeah, I guess anywhere that does that kind of food. Like I said, I would probably have to say the Hungry Horse. Would be my favourite restaurant at the moment. Favourite song? See, the problem is my main answer for that. Malcolm, May to December, already said. My most favourite British song would have to be Three Lions, either 98 or whichever. Not so much the first one, but the redo they did for, was it Euro or something like that. That song, honestly, I don't think I've ever known a song that could bring so many people together, just singing it out loud, and it really gets you there and makes you feel so patriotic. I just love it. It really makes you run cold. I mean, we've had football anthems in the past that, yeah, some of them they still get. I mean, You'll Never Walk Alone and stuff like that, which wasn't a football chant, but became that kind of thing. There's all these great songs that get used, but nothing has ever done what Three Lions by Baddiel and Skinner and Lightning Seeds. Just nothing. I think the only other one that has done it was World in Motion by New Order and the England team. That was good, but just Three Lions is amazing. It just makes you run cold and it really gets you riled up. So that has to be as British as you can get. I do also like Tony Christie's. This sounds so cheesy, I'm sorry. Is This the Way to Amarillo? Because that is, it just makes me think of Comic Relief and Peter Kay doing the dance with the celebrities and stuff like that. That gets me. I love that song. And I guess the other thing, other British stuff, would have to be anything England has done that has won Eurovision. Puppet on a String, Love Shine a Light, definitely I would say, but that was not sung by English people. But it is technically an English song, so that song I love to bits. And Making Your Mind Up is a lot of fun. But definitely for favourite British song would have to be Three Lions. Sorry, I'm copying somebody else's answer, but that is the best one. No. No, 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 no to Marmite. Never. I hate that stuff. It's disgusting. I don't know how anybody can eat it. To be fair, I don't even like pickles. You know, like pickle people put in their sandwich. But no. No, no, no. Do not come near me with any Marmite. I used to love, like, peanut butter, but I'm not so keen on even on that now. I love stuff like Nutella, chocolate spread on it. But Marmite, no. Just, you know what? They say love it or hate it, and I am definitely a hate it person. So, sorry. I just do. Okay, so that was my answers, and I'm sorry they were a bit rambling, and this video has gone on forever. And really, I've kind of been a bit vague with some of my answers. Sorry, don't shoot. It's funny because I was going to say I would love to do a Q&A video. So if anybody has any questions that they would like to ask me, please post them. I will try to be a lot less vague than I was in this. My 3 nominations for other people that I think could do this. Let's go for Film Game Junkies, Dingbat Dollface, and I gotta say, I'm sorry, Donna Gleed, my good friend and carer. You know what? If it'll at least get her, you know, give her a reason to finally get a video on her YouTube channel instead of taking part in videos on mine. Yeah, no, they're my 3 nominations. You don't have to do it, but I look forward to seeing your answers. Thanks everybody for watching. Sorry it's been a long one. Thank you again to Malcolm for, other than his friendship, for the nomination. Looking forward to seeing more videos. And please, everybody, please keep continuing watching mine. Looking forward to seeing your comments and questions, and I'll see you later.